Giving increases your perception of self. That is why abundance will come in, because you perceive yourself to have more instead of perceiving that you have none. And because you perceive that you have more, you then start to find ways to create more in your life. Peace and prosperity, friends. I am a journalist, motivational speaker, mindset coach, and of course, founder of the One Step Forward podcast. So make sure you grab your popcorn, you release your pride as we talk about the obstacles that we have faced as young powerhouses here in America. Everybody think being outside is just about partying, but being outside is so much more than partying. It's also about those moments when you run into strangers, moments when you run into people that you could help, or you run into somebody who may help you. All of those are experiences and circumstances that we need to dissect. A lot of us don't even know how to be outside and be present, and we don't know how to be a part of a larger circle. You might think that it's only just you and that everybody else is just dots and it's only you, but it's opposite. Actually, we're all dots, we're all important, we all have a role that could benefit one another. So that's why I want to talk about it today. Today, if you're watching this video, we are going to discuss why you need to give in order to receive. The truth behind manifesting an abundant life. And I must say, just based off of my experiences, abundance, success, all of that stuff, it really goes based off of definition. So if you click this video, then that means you want to create more within your life in some type of way. So in that case, I ask that you ask yourself the first thing: what does abundance mean to you? And do you already have an abundance of something? Asking yourself, what does that mean? What does success mean? Define success to you. That is the guideline for how you can move, okay? There was times where I psyched myself out, got in my own way. I simply just didn't realize the ability that I had, that I could share, I guess. And I felt like I was just horrible. Like life just, I don't have no sense of happiness, sense of self. It guided me to trying to look outside of myself for that success, prosperity, and that abundance. But while I was looking outside of myself, trying to discover and create it, I realized it was within my power. And I realized how much me giving to others helped me put myself in a higher position than I looked at myself before, just to say the least. And the reason for that is because I felt like if I could give something to you, then really, what is it that I don't have? Because if I gave it to you, I mean, I did have it within myself. Telling yourself you don't have, or that you got to go outside of yourself to create. Erase that distraction, and you think about the things that you can offer to somebody else. Maybe you get that spark within you that says, man, well, life wasn't always as bad. And the things that I said I didn't have, I always had. I'm about to share with y'all the things that I have done to help me manifest abundance. Like I said, a lot of the problems that I would go through was I always had the feeling of being broke. Oh God, y'all, this podcast is so freaking vulnerable. But no, real tea. So if you felt like that, this video is for you too. I truly wanted to evolve from a lack mindset. I kept telling myself, I don't have. I struggled with that, and I wanted to overcome that. So if you ever experience a mindset of lack, and you always feeling like you don't have, this video is for you. Last thing I used to always go through, and that I had to figure out how to overcome, is feeling was no spark or no spontaneity in my life. I believe in God, and I know a lot of you who watch this believe in the Most High as well. And I felt like there was a point where I had no type of divine interventions in my life. And that was a big part. And I felt like I didn't have that. I felt like my life was the same thing every single day. And there was nothing new. It was never a time where I ran into somebody that I haven't seen for a long time. It was never a time where somebody was randomly treated me out to some brunch while I'm outside. So if you have experienced those things, then this video is for you. Now that we discovered why this video is for you, and if this video is for you, I'm going to tell you guys. First one, the way to do it is to educate yourself on the law of reciprocity. Okay? Educate yourself on the law of reciprocity. And I'm going to say this so that you understand the spiritual science behind giving. And so when you had those opportunities, when you do give, you giving also with the knowing that you will receive something back. Okay? Not just giving to receive. Okay? You're not just giving to receive, but when you have the opportunity to give, you understand the knowing that if it's not taking nothing from you, then you will get something back. This right here is a major key that you might not even feel like has a big role, and it may not even make sense initially after hearing it. But let me tell you, ignorance is bliss. And a lot of our problems is that we don't understand the let me get closer to tell y'all. We don't understand the magic behind equal exchange. A lot of people try to get shortcuts in life. You cheat people, you steal from people, you lie to people, you lie to yourself, you cheat from yourself, you hurt yourself. A lot of people don't understand the true value of exchange. And so, if you want to understand really what it means, and you want to feel how can giving help you receive, educate yourself on what reciprocity means. There is a book. It's called 100 Laws of the Universe. I used to read this book. If you watch my previous episodes, and you know I've talked about this book a couple of times, because this is just what I use when reading the laws, okay? And the laws of the universe, so to speak. The laws of the universe basically is just like the core truths of the world. Like, you know how you have right and wrong, everybody has right and wrong. Basically, what they call laws now in the spiritual context, I use that as just what are simple truths, what are simple rights and wrongs of how we move and how our aura may be received or disreceived in the atmosphere. So one thing that I would say is educate yourself on what it means to give. Watch, give and receive. Watch YouTube videos, read on it, talk to elders. And you want to know how to give, always keep something extra on you. I'm on my way out, I always carry an extra orange, it's not a lie. And you know what? I always pack an extra because I don't know who I'm going to run into. I might run into a person experiencing homelessness that wants to eat, and I have an orange and I can give it to you. Or I might link up with a friend. They hungry, they didn't eat. Boom, my orange actually was for you. Always pack something extra because you just never know who you're going to run into. And I tell you, it's something about like random acts of kindness that increases your sense of self. It was one time I went out by myself downtown. I was at the park on Rent House Square, smoking my joint, minding my business, and this older lady came up to me looking crazy, and I had my guard up because I'm like, you getting closer and closer. And I just had a feeling of she was going to stop to me because they just look at me because they know, they could tell like, oh, she look at it. She got some. She going to get some. She look like the type of person to give, whatever it get. So they flocked to me. Anyway, she came closer to me and I had my guard up, but she asked me if I had something to eat. And oddly enough, I had an extra orange and I gave her my orange. And it wasn't a lot, but it was something that would do a little something. But giving her that helped me feel important because I made an impact in her life. Even if it was with a little orange, she didn't have it before. For some people, we don't understand how hard it is for them to get something that's easy for us to get. And a part of being human is understanding that we have an unspoken duty to give those things unto others. If you think about it, it's all about perception. Giving increases your perception of self. That is why abundance will come in, because you perceive yourself to have more instead of perceiving that you have none. And because you perceive that you have more, you then start to find ways to create more in your life. Did y'all hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Like what? Like, God. For how another way that you can give in order to receive abundance. This is my favorite one. Don't just be like everybody. Period. Look, let me just tell you right here, right now. You know what your problem is? You know why things are so repetitive for you? It's because you're shrinking and trying to live so small like everybody else. Stand out. That's where the magic is. Of course, the magic is not going to be in everybody who follows the line. There's no magic in there because it's one step in front of the other. Of course, you are going to experience different things when you put yourself in different situations. When you be outspoken, when you make yourself loud. Make yourself loud. You know, another way that you can give, if it's not physically given, if you don't have no way to give, you can give great energy. You can give a hello to strangers with a smile on your face. Do you understand? Some people that you just came in contact with just got robbed. Some people just lost someone that they loved. Some people just got out of jail that they've been in for 10 plus years. Some people are hungry. Some people have no clothes. Some people lost hope. Do you understand how sometimes you just meeting and bumping into somebody, telling them hello with a smile, actually could have saved them from hurting themselves, going off the radar? You understand that? A lot of people think that, oh my goodness, it's just me in the world. Everybody else is just everybody else. It doesn't matter. No, that's not true. We all have a duty to ourselves to be there for each other as a human race. The thing is, people are these days are just so selfish and stingy. And so you mad or realize that life ain't as good as it could be because you are keeping so much of yourself that maybe the Most High is asking for you to give so you can get more. Sometimes people want to just hold on. I hope you're not one of them people that just want to hold on to every little thing that you have. How are you going to be able to receive if you're holding on so much? You got to be okay with letting a little bit go so that a little bit more can come back. You have to understand and know that that's what's going to happen. You're going to give a little and a little is going to come back. Okay? I'm outside and everybody has just got the same face. You rushing to go nowhere. You rushing to go a job that you hate. Take your time and walk. Okay? Take your time. You won't be there on time, but you're rushing to get to a job that you hate 10 minutes earlier. Why? Why not spend time outside being a part of the air, running into somebody, having a short conversation? You don't understand how maybe you taking the time out to give somebody time to conversate actually might help you for your rest of the day, help you push through on the rest of the day, because now you had a different spark of energy. That right there is an example of divine intervention. Now somebody has came into your life, you have came into their life, and you guys short moment has changed the trajectory of both of you guys' lives. Sometimes you don't understand what you're missing out on by being too focused and not also being able to receive what's around you. I'm not saying don't be focused on a goal, don't be focused on getting where you gotta go, but I'm saying have that focus intact with also the ability to be present so that you may not miss on something that could benefit you or benefit somebody else. The moment we understand that this is not our own world, even though we have our own problems, we have our own story, we have our own goals, and we have our own path, this is not truly our own. The moment that we begin to include others that's not just like us and stop being so judgmental and stop being so hard, the moment we'll experience a better, greater life. I have to tell you, if you know me or if you don't know me, I used to be very strict with life. I just used to be strict with principles, with morals, with happiness, with decision making. And I tell you, I got myself in a dark hole, okay? Dark hole, lost friends, lost good people, destroyed good relationships. I was the antagonist in my own story. You know what I mean? Expecting people to always be like this, or no, they was below me. Until I had to let all of that go, hit rock bottom, grounded myself, and realize all of us are equal. All of us are just in different stages, and it's something that you can give and receive from every single body, and that has increased the quality of my life so well. I used to not want to go out when I did want to go out, because I would like, I don't want to be around them people. Then next thing you know, I go out from time to time, and I'm actually able to enjoy myself. I'm actually able to not worry so much about my problems or how life is supposed to look, because I understand the diversity in it all. And it helped me create a better life. And I noticed that the thing about creating abundance is that abundance is truly just your own perception. I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. Creating abundance in your life is truly about creating your own perception. It was a time where I had this, and I was depressed. Yeah. It was a time I had all of this and I was depressed. Why? My daughter got toys. I got food downstairs. Why the hell am I depressed? Well, the moment when I told myself I have to change how I look at this, that's when my life changed and I started to truly see the abundance in my life. But when I get to the points where I'm just scrolling, I swear, y'all, scrolling on social media will bring you to your doom. Okay? If you're not working, you're not taking care of your kids, taking care of your responsibilities, okay? And you have break time, don't spend that break time scrolling. I spend my break time scrolling. Next thing you know, by the end of the day, I'm depressed. I'm depressed because I didn't do nothing with my time. So, I say that to say, scrolling will be your downfall, because you have to create the quality of life that you want. Period. You want abundance. The reason why you really don't have abundance is because you don't see the abundant things that you have in your life. That's why I asked you in the beginning to define what it means to you. Change your perception, you change your reality. It's an exchange between the people that you have never met. That's where you truly can define how your life will be, about how you act with people who owe you nothing, who can do nothing for you. That is where your true character really shows. And that is truly who you are. And that is going to define the quality of your life. Do you want all success, or do you want solid success? Do you want respectable success, or do you just want to be a diddy? Decrease your level of selfishness, which increases your vibration, which increases the things that you attract. Okay, so y'all, that was the end of this episode. I hope you have learned from my lessons and that you're able to adopt the solutions and create a better, prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life for yourself. I will catch y'all next week with a special guest. And no, we are launching on Spotify and on YouTube. So if you haven't catch the video version on YouTube, head out to Spotify and catch the audio only version on there. Make sure y'all support your girl if you believe in the mission. It's going to be linked in the description below. If you have any suggestions about this episode that you loved, that you didn't love, please also let me know, because I am open to receiving all criticism, constructive and not you. Peace.